All right, we're back with Team Rising. We got former Congressman Jack Kingston in the House, and Democratic strategist Andrew Feldman. Take it away, Sagar. What are you looking at?
So we've got a tweet just moments ago from the President of the United States firing back at former Secretary of State Rex Tillerson. He says, Rex Tillerson, a man who is dumb as a rock, he quoted himself there, and totally ill-prepared and ill-equipped to be Secretary of State, made up a story he got fired that I was out-prepared by Vladimir Putin at a meeting in Hamburg, Germany. I don't think Putin would agree. Look how the U.S. is doing. This is in response to a report from the Washington Post that the former Secretary of State met with the House Foreign Affairs Committee for about 7 hours and told them that they were not prepared for this meeting. Which
went long, and that basically the president was completely outmaneuvered. I mean, could you have imagined another time this kind of mudslinging, Congressman?
No, I can't. I think, really the average person, Rex Tillerson's not a household name, why resurrect it?
Right.
Just better to say, hey, I get criticism, but I think the results speak for themselves. America is strong. We're not at war, and all these people who were still saying we're going to have war, Syria was going to blow up on us, North Korea. Look at it. We've had 2.5 years of solid peace.
I'm feeling a little bit nervous about Iran right now, but go on.
Yeah, but it could be the same naysayers that are saying, oh gosh, we don't know what he's doing. But this is unique to Donald Trump. I think he'll pick a fight with anybody, big or small. And, I'm blanking out on the Congresswoman from Florida wears the hat all the time. Remember they got
Frederica Wilson.
Frederica
Wilson.
Okay, and not being disrespectful by forgetting her name, but she was only in the national spotlight because of a spitting contest with him, which he did not need to engage in. But he seems to like those
It's like
things.
tweets like this will just keep it on a cable for the rest of the day.
And this is why. This is why.
But do you think his base likes that? I mean, I think they kind of like
it's funny.
that. They kind of like that he'll punch people
his
in the
base.
mouth.
He needs more than his base to win re-election, and this is why. He's not getting credit for things that he should be taking credit for, regardless of what you think the economy's doing. American people are feeling better about it. He should be getting credit for it, and he's not because of things like this.
Well, another thing that's happening today is that the American Taliban, John Walker Lindh, was released from prison about 3 years early. He only served 17 years of a 20-year sentence after he was captured in Afghanistan fighting for the Taliban. Quite controversial, actually, upon his release. I'm also shocked that Trump has not weighed in on this.
Said anything about it.
This is one of those. I'm sure it'll come through whenever he sees it this morning. But Jack, I mean, you were actually
whenever Fox and Friends talks about it, then it'll come through.
You were a member of Congress during all of this. I mean, are you shocked to see this man go free early?
I am. I'm outraged. Now, if we look at the history of treason and the people who've been convicted of it and put in jail, there are a lot of people who are released after 10 years, 15 years. So that, the sentence in part, it always gets kind of in a gray area, but they do need to realize that this was not some casual, idealistic teenager who got misguided. He went over there. He trained, he met Osama bin Laden, he supplied the enemy, he fought American soldiers, he engaged in a prison rebellion in which an American was killed, and he knew the rebellion was going to happen and did not tell Mike Spann and the others about it. It cost Mike Spann his life. So this is not some guy who's just a casual collateral damage. And I want to just point out one thing. His actual name that he changed to is Suleiman Al-Faris, and then he changed it again to Abu Suleiman Al-Ilandi. And I mean, that doesn't show a lot of conversion. And
he's still an avowed jihadist. And this man is walking free.
When you release a guy like that, you don't know what he's going to do. He's restricted on the internet, but still.
I think it's shameful.
I don't think I'd want him being in my neighborhood.
It's concerning. I'm all for rehabilitation and all for getting a second shot on the other side, but this is concerning, especially for someone who knew folks that died in 9/11. I mean, this and the fact what you bring up that he's still an avowed jihadist. This is scary to me. This is scary.
Yeah. Well, on a very different note.
Much more lighthearted. Cocaine Mitch T-shirt sales.
Okay, so we got to tell the backstory here because not everybody will understand what we're talking about when we say Cocaine Mitch. Okay, so Don Blankenship, who was in my view, cartoon villain. He was a coal operator, held responsible for deaths at Upper Big Branch Mine. I mean, this is how evil this guy is, okay, just as a little side note. In his hometown in Mingo County, he poisoned the water, knew that he did, of his neighbors in his hometown, and rather than tell them, he built his own private water line up to his mansion. That is a thing that happened. That is Don Blankenship, okay?
And a felon.
So he runs for Senate. this last time around, he loses in the primary, but he ran this very interesting ad attacking Mitch McConnell. Let's take a listen.
But if you want jobs, if you want to end the drug epidemic, and you want to protect the unborn, you need to vote for me. One of my goals as U.S. Senator will be to ditch Cocaine Mitch. When you vote for me, you're voting for the sake of the kids.
What are you even talking about? So anyway, Mitch McConnell, who I don't know that people would really think of as being a man with a great sense of humor, has adopted this name.
He's called himself Cocaine Mitch, and now he's
made
raised
a bunch of T-shirts.
$70,000 brought in by Cocaine Mitch T-shirts, which is pretty incredible.
It's
it was a play on the Netflix series Narcos, in which there was a cocaine that would. Yes, a very good series. I should plug it. But it really is just it's a hilarious move by the Senate
and
Majority
apparently
Leader.
very successful. To have your
I'm
Cocaine
sitting there
Mitch tea.
thinking, why couldn't I have come up with something like that? And really, there too, still when you get back, it's still an ugly campaign political T-shirt. I mean, it's not anything you're on vacation, you wouldn't pick it out of the rack. But I think you're right, Crystal. For the Senate Majority Leader to take it and embrace it and have a sense of humor about it, we probably need more of that.
He had a great tweet after the Blankenship loss where he said, "Cocaine Mitch sends his regards," which I really appreciate.
I will say though, he's on the ballot in 20, and he is.
And that's why
he's the least popular senator among his own constituents in the country, at least by certain polling, which is kind of remarkable.
And that's why he's adapting these new tactics. That's why he's adapting these new tactics. And in this age, I mean, 70-year-old plus Senate Majority Leader is not going to be popular. Maybe he's going to turn it around with these shirts.
But as a consultant,
now we need to figure out shorts for Nancy Pelosi.
But Andrew, as a consultant, if he was your client, what would you say? It's a good move. Do more.
No, I would say it's a good move. You're connecting with some humor and connecting with folks that may have not connected with you before,
and raising some money and getting a good email list too out of it as well, which is always important. Gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
So coming up, India's Narendra Modi wins re-election. There are new developments in NASA's Moon to the Mars program.
And a high school from Tennessee gets millions of dollars in scholarships. We're going to tell you that touching story when Rising continues.